Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
2. So 3 is discharging to 2. So as soon as it gets here gets filled up, then it finds its way into another direction.
Climate-related issues have continued to increase vulnerability in Nigeria, particularly in the Lokogoma axis of the Federal Capital Territory, as it begins to witness high flooding in the first quarter of 2023. A report added that about 4.4 million people were affected in 2022 by flooding, leaving many displaced and in their need of humanitarian assistance, even though the nation's key funding partners such as UNICEF have been keen on addressing these needs. The federal government has had little or no commitment to providing relief to areas prone to disasters. Recently, United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator for Nigeria Cristian Munduate, in a Humanitarian Needs Overview, said that there are profound humanitarian needs across Nigeria due to poverty, poor and absent institutions needed to deliver basic service and fragile rule of law, and many more. Evidently, millions of people are negatively impacted both in rural and urban regions, leaving victims with long-lasting depression and anxiety, as waterborne disease, cholera, and much more spread across the country. Opinion leaders are of the saying that these menace could be averted if the government augments donors' efforts for early warning mechanisms rather than investing in humanitarian assistance. In a thought to ascertain the level of impact, 2023 flooding could displace residents in Lokogoma of the FCT Abuja. The chairman of the estate management, Shetima Ghana, while lamenting the ugly situation, said they have engaged the residents on out-of-pocket spending to curtail the impact of flooding. He expressed fears that this year's flooding may heighten than that of 2019 if measures are not taken by the government to ameliorate suffering.
Whereby it brought down some of the fences, flushed down some of the roads that I showed you. You know, a lot of victims, or rather homeowners in 105 road, and some certain sections of the estate were actually devastated by the flood because it came in massively in that particular year, 2019. Whereby at the end of the day, even some homeowners had to vacate their house totally. And in fact, even some of the homeowners that came back during that massive flooding in 2019, they have to get another house around, you know, for rent till the rainy season subsides, and it was over before they came back. He's saying people bought houses from floodplains, so it's quite challenging. Like as I told you earlier, there is one house here, you know, that was brought down by development control. I will tell them clearly, you know, this particular house is not the issue of the flood here, but they said no, it was built on a floodplain. At the end of the day, they brought down that house, but still the flood kept coming. 2020, right when they brought down Madam Florence's house. Yes.
Meanwhile, a resident fired Olugbenga relates the vulnerability of children during flooding, stressing that their mental health is at stake and appealing for the government's commitment to boost the good living conditions of children in the area.
Any time of the day, be it 2 a.m., 1 a.m., this thing happens, the children must wake up too. They will now carry ourselves, bundle ourselves inside available vehicle. They drive to a safer place. It could be traumatic. You know, as soon as you hear rain dripping on the roof, you must be awake because you won't know the intensity. It's only when the rain has stopped, there's okay, yes, I can now sleep a bit. And that has been the practice.
As the rainy season is drawing closer, there are high expectations that the government should act swiftly to provide waterways so as to avoid massive flooding in the axis. Vincent Okushi, QTV News, Abuja.
Audio Jungle.